Hi there, it's Karen at Corrie Paper Crafts here, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Scotland. Welcome to another Sweet Talk Sweet project, and today's is this cute little gift bag that I made. Nice and quick and easy project, and it actually holds 3 of these little mini Love Hearts sweeties, or packets of sweeties. I was looking for something nice and quick and easy, but a little bit different to make for these sweeties, and I was actually inspired by a video that I saw by a lady called Ashee. Her channel is Crafting With Ashee, so I'll put a link to her channel and the project that inspired me in the description bar below. So thanks Ashee just for giving me the inspiration to make this little bag. It's a little bit bashed because I dropped it but nonetheless I'm going to show you how I made it. It's nice and quick, and I've done my stamping and my die cutting in advance. So what you'll need to make this is a piece of cardstock, and I'm using real red. This measures 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. I'll put the metric measurements in the description bar below. You'll need a piece of designer series paper to wrap around it, which measures 7 inches by 3 1/2. And you'll need a scrap of basic white cardstock to do your stamping for the little sentiments on the front here. So I'm going to use my trimmer today to do the scoring, just because it's such a small piece of cardstock, and my trimmer's what's next to me anyway, because I was cutting my bits and pieces before I started filming. So what you want to do is just score your piece of cardstock for the base at 1 inch on all 4 sides, and I'm just going to use the 1 inch on the right hand side of my trimmer here, not the cutting blade, the trimming blade, the scoring blade rather, not the trimming blade of any kind. And I'm just scoring and hopefully not shaking the tripod too much, and I hope there's not too much reflection on the trimmer for you guys as well. There we are, so that's scored at 1 inch all the way around, and that's all the trimming and scoring that you need to do. So I'm going to fold and burnish on all those score lines, and then we'll do a little bit of cutting and put the base together, and then it's just a case of wrapping the DSP around it. I'm just going to flatten those edges out a little bit, but they'll be hidden anyway. So I'm going to pinwheel my corners, which you probably have seen me and certainly other demonstrators do, I would imagine, before now. So once I've cut the corner, I'm going to turn it before I cut the next one, and then I'm just taking a little wedge out of either side like so, and I'm also keeping, as always, the straight edge on the rectangle piece and removing the score line onto the little tabs. And one more. There we go. So that's all the cutting that we need to do as well, and then I'm just going to add some tear and tape onto, it's a bit squinty, onto the tabs like so. And because I want it to stay together and not spring open and push my DSP out of the way, I am going to use my ruler just to add these bits on. There we go, and just so that my sweeties don't catch, I am just going to quickly add an extra bit on each of the tabs, like so. Oopsie daisy. I'm going to give them just a little burnish to make sure that tape's all stuck and then put it together. So I'm just going to remove all the backing and then put the box together. Just make sure I've not got any hanging over the edges. And then as always, straight edge to folded edge all the way around to put it together. Like so. And that's my box. So I'm just going to burnish those, excuse me, to make sure they're stuck. And then once the bag's together, my 3 packets of sweeties, of which I have lost one, it's gone away to the bottom of my box of tools. I'm going to place 2 in the bottom and just 1 on top like that, but I'm going to wait until I've put the bag together. So if you've got a directional paper, obviously you want it to be that way around, so that the top is at the top of the bag and the bottom is at the bottom. So keeping my eye on the bottom, I'm just going to pop some tear and tape along the bottom here. And I'm just going to use 1 piece because it is going to fan out about at the sides. I just want enough to hold it together at the bottom, because as you can see it does start to fan out at the sides, and I'm kind of going for this look rather than this look because I put 2 pieces of tape on and it didn't quite work. I want it to look a little bit more smooth. Oh, please excuse me, I'm having real trouble with my voice at the minute. So I'm going to, first of all, what way am I going to start? I'm going to start this way. So I'm going to put an extra piece of tear and tape down this side here, like so, for when I've put the bag together. And just give that an extra burnish too. So I'm going to remove that backing, and I'm only going to fold this over a little bit at the side, but I'm not going to take this off yet. Please excuse me. And I'm just going to start about halfway, or just short of halfway, along whatever the first edge of my box is going to be, and then just very slowly wrap the paper around, keeping it lined up with that bottom edge of the box. I'm not too worried if it's not right on the edge, because, sorry if I've just gone out of shot there, I don't mind a little bit of the box showing, and what I don't want is the paper to be overlapping so the box doesn't sit straight when I set it down on its bottom. And then last side, I'm just going to bring that round and line it up with the start. Probably a little bit squint there, but nobody's going to notice, and I'm not too worried about it. And then I'm just going to line up the top edges here like so, so that I don't have any overhang, and gradually and slowly take the backing tape off and stick it together as I go. And that's it. So I'm just going to burnish inside to make sure that all my edges are flat where I stuck it down at the bottom. There we are. And then I'm just going to give it an extra burnish where I've just taped the bag together. And that's it. So I'll put my sweeties in, 1, 2 and 3, and then all I'm going to do, keeping this front edge straight, is just squeeze that together at the top. I'm going to grab a little clip just to hold it together neatly at the top, and I'm going to punch a couple of holes for my ribbon. So I'm using I think this is 1/8 of an inch hole punch. It is a Stampin' Up one and it is retired, but whatever punch you have or whatever means you have for punching your holes will be fine. And I'm just going to eyeball here. I want to tie that ribbon and just make sure that where I'm punching my holes is fairly even. I might move that along just a little bit. There we are. That's not bad at all, that's quite centred. And I'm going to leave my clip on just till I add my ribbon. So I'm going to go through from the front, probably not that much, and back through from the back to the front. I'm just going to make sure that I've not twisted my ribbon in the process. Pull that clip up just a little bit so that I can line my ribbon up better, and cut off about there. I'll trim it once I've tied my bow. That's far too much ribbon, but never mind. And I'm just going to tie it together in a nice bow on the front, or I'll certainly attempt to. Tying bows on camera, as many demonstrators will tell you, isn't that straightforward sometimes. There we go, that's not bad at all. So I'll just pull that through and then tighten it up. That's a little bit twisted, but it's flat on the front, so I'm not going to mess with that. Take my clip off and just trim the edges of my ribbon about there and about there. And then I've done my stamping and die cutting in advance, as I said. So I've done a large heart and a hug me and a love you, and that is using the Sweet Conversations stamp set. So I've stamped this one in real red, and I've stamped love you in Highland Heather, and the hug me, this one here, in Blushing Bride, because I wanted it to tie in with the colours on the DSP. And I used the dies to cut them out. I used this one, and this one here. Lots of other options for lots of different love hearts and things to put on, but I just wanted these ones. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals to put on the big love heart to begin with. I'm going to stick that on first, and then I'm going to attach my other ones to that once I've got it in place. So I'm going to pop that about there, and I want to I don't want to cover up any of the other pictures or decorations, so I'm going to stagger them to try and avoid that. So I'm going to put this one on the side here just using mini glue dots. So I want to just put them on this side here, so when I turn it over, that's this side there. And there we are. So I'm going to pop one right up in at the top there, and just add another one below, just there. And then again, I don't want to cover up my love heart either, so I'm going to pop it about there. And then the love you, I'm going to add somewhere around there like that. So I want my glue dots on that side. So again, one at the top and one just underneath there, and pop that maybe about there. And then all we need to do is put some sparkles on, and I'm back again with the iridescent rhinestones, which are part of this suite, and they're just lovely. Sort the putty on my take your pick tool. I've just pushed some new putty out of there. So I'm going to add a couple of these to the bottom, a medium-sized one and a small one, and then I'm going to add another small one just to the top of that heart right there. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Nice and quick and easy, and I much prefer just having the one piece of tape round the bag because it's not pulling it in like that one did. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you make one yourself, and have fun if you do. So all the metric measurements, as I say, will be in the description bar below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this project, and kind comments are always welcome if you did enjoy it, just to let me know, and to let me know if you make one yourself. So thanks for watching. I'll see you again very soon with another project. Bye bye.